What's up guys, I'm LJ Felix and today I'm going to run down on how to balance your Crane 3 lab so that you don't ruin it or burn out the motors. So I've been wanting to make this kind of video for a long time now because it is tricky and extremely important to balance your gimbal, especially for this kind of gimbal. If you don't balance this gimbal properly, it will lead to motor failure. When you hold the gimbal at a certain position, it's not able to handle the payload it's supposed to. And the gimbal will get weaker and weaker if you continue to do so, and will damage your gimbal so that you can buy a new one. Yay! So I'm going to show you on how to properly balance your gimbal. This gimbal has 3 axes. There are a bunch of gimbals that have 3 axes, 2, even 4. But I think that's pretty much overkill. So 3 axis is well good enough. So before we connect the base plate onto the camera, make sure you have all of the accessories you want onto your camera. Like your mic, light source, a GoPro, a banana when you get hungry. Who knows what journey you'll be in. So when you've decided on what to attach onto your camera, go ahead and place the base plate onto your camera. The camera that I'm using is a Canon EOS RP with a 240mm lens. Yes, it's a massive lens, but luckily for this gimbal, it can handle this weight. So in my case, I would have to place the base plate as forward as possible. So all of the balancing we will do is the camera, the tilt axis, the pan axis, and the roll axis, hence the 3-axis gimbal. Once all of them are balanced, you're good to go. So once you have the base plate onto the camera, go ahead and slide it onto the gimbal. One of the features I do like about this gimbal is the locking mechanism, where you can lock all axes so that you can balance all axes one by one. So first, balance the camera. If you would notice that it would fall forward or backwards. If it falls forward, it is heavier on the front. If it falls backwards, then it's heavier on the back side. So when you start to see that the camera is level, that's when you'll know it's balanced on the cradle. Now on the tilt axis, you're going to tilt the camera so that it faces up at the ceiling. Then again, balance the tilt arm so that it faces upward and steady pointed at the ceiling. Just make micro adjustments forward or backwards depending on where your camera is tilting. Once balanced, go ahead and point the camera back to its normal position to see if it's still balanced, because sometimes it would still wobble. I mean, that's okay. Just readjust the base plate. Of course, micro adjustments. Then you're good to go. Now for the roll axis depends on the sides of the camera. Then again, make your micro adjustments. If it falls left, it's heavier on the left, adjust it more to the right. If the right side is more heavy, micro adjust to the left. Also, BT dubs. If your camera has a flip out screen, go ahead and flip that out because it does make a big difference for just a tiny adjustment on weight distribution. So make sure you're fully committed on having your screen out or closed, because once done, you'll have to rebalance the gimbal if you decide to have it closed or open. Now once the roll axis is balanced, now the last axis to balance is the pan axis. This one is usually the axis that most people ignore because, I mean, look at it. It's already balanced. No worries, I was there too. Now balance this axis, you'll have to tilt the gimbal left and right to see where it falls more. If it spins clockwise, then it's heavier in the back. If it spins counterclockwise, it's heavier in the front. Make the micro adjustments on the pan axis, the one at the bottom, as to where the camera does not move at all. Like so once everything you think is balanced, you're good to go. Before I turn this on, I like to move the camera around and make sure it doesn't move, along with carrying it side to side. If your camera doesn't move, then you're all set. You're all good. The more you balance your gimbal, the more practice you'll get, and the more you get better on balancing your gimbal. At first, I thought this requires a lot of time and work, but once balanced, it's all worth it, and you'll have amazing shots. So go out there, have fun, and record on your gimbal. So there you have it. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Well, you can always change your mind later. And click on the notification bell. I mean, I do like Taco Bell. All right, guys, time to hit the Taco Bell. I'm out. LJ Felix.